It's short. It's like super fast.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just have a connecting flight. We're going in and out of international flight, goes in and out of Denver. So that's where my niece was. And so it's Iceland Air. But to make our connecting flight on Southwest to get back to Ontario, going, I got like a 4-hour layover. Coming back, I've got a 2-hour layover. I've got to get through customs and make my get around the airport to the domestic flights Southwest to get
Yeah, so
fun times.
You don't have to wait on the line for lunch, or you could just like go to the kiosk, scans, takes a picture.
Oh, I see. You give me all the good infos. Now go in and out. No, I'm telling you, I'm so glad that what it was like 5 years ago when that cruise that went to St. Petersburg. Sure glad I got that on the way because I'm obviously.
Colby, I did something. I lost the sound. Can you reset it?
No, Bob, I muted it on our end, but that's fine.
So the
Oh, sorry.
Getting into another country.
No.
That's just getting back to that.
We're just waiting for Edgar and Rebecca to get here. Ross will not be here
So you
today.
haven't heard anything.
Very good.
What's she called?
That she's got Germany.
She just confirmed it's 4:34:45, so
Remember to comments and then
Oh, yeah.
to
3 minutes.
I went to other cities, but I was hoping, I was thinking I had every time I went to a different, I was gonna get like a cell system.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step out one time.
Patient procedure. It was enough.
Yeah.
I went on Tuesday, mine was just a test. We'll just have a patient test. This was the actual. Becca. So, he's doing Ross won't be here tonight, so I have you sitting here on the end. We're ready to put this tonight, so we're. Good evening.
Yeah, maybe a minute or so. You're trying to do something you need to.
Yeah. Did you have a chance to work?
I'm working. Yeah, I told about it the other night, so. We're ready when you are.
I will call the special meeting of the Board of Directors of Group Area Recreation Park District for September 28th, 2023 to order at 4:45. Mr. Godinez, if you could lead us in
Put your hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Division 1, Carol John Pelletin.
Here.
Division 2, Jose Luis Godinez.
Here.
Division 3, Rebecca Duarte Brenner.
Here.
Division 4, Edgar Castellan.
Present.
Division 5, Ross Lehan.
Mr. Vijay had let us know some time ago that he was not able to be here tonight. So we wish him well and look forward to seeing him at our next meeting. Are there any presentations or recognitions?
Not this evening.
Any public comments on items not on the agenda? You've never seen no one and you've not received any? Okay. Consent calendar approval of the September 14th board meeting and approval of the motion to waive the reading. Any questions? Okay, can I have a motion?
I move to approve the consent calendar. Second.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes 4-0. Board action.
You okay?
Oh, that's all right. The good thing is it's always irritating.
Yes.
So that was Mr. Godinez who made the motion, Mr. Castellan who seconded it. Next Next is item 5.1, awarded landscape maintenance service contract. Mr. Dubay.
Yes, thank you. This is the award of the landscape maintenance service contract. The district has been under contract with our current provider for the past about 6 years here. And the contract was up, and so we went out and we sought public bids in compliance with the Public Resource Code for our landscape maintenance service contract with all district parks. The current contract had a couple different service levels built into it because of actually what we could afford at the time. Our general fund parks were not being maintained at the same level as our CFD funded parks. And one of the things we hoped to do in this contract was to basically close that gap, be able to provide the same service at all of our parks. So we submitted a request for proposal. With publicly noticed in the press enterprise, we developed a list of well over 15 different contractors. I had heard every time we saw a truck driving around town, make sure we jot the name down so we can get the list out there. We had 7 potential contractors attend our mandatory pre-bid meeting, and then all 7 of those contractors submitted a proposal to the district. This is a little bit different of a process than a typical request for quote, where we are asking them to, for the request for proposal is to basically tell us why they're the best person for this job. All of the proposals were ranked. Their bids were submitted sealed in a separate envelope. We ranked those proposals based on our criteria we had set up. Things like that were part of that criteria, whereas their experience in servicing a similar sized agency or larger, the number of years they've been doing this, ensuring that they had a fleet of vehicles and lawn care equipment that could meet our needs, things along those lines. Based upon those proposals, we ranked all the proposals in conjunction with the grading rubric that was included in the proposal, as included your staff report here. Upon completing the review, staff basically ranked Excel Landscape, Mariposa Landscape, and Brightview Landscape, their proposals as a tie. The way the RFP stated is the highest ranking proposal would then open their quote and sit down and negotiate a contract from there. If a contract couldn't be reached, we would move on to the next highest ranked proposal and so on. In opening all 3 proposals, since they were a tie, Excel Landscape had the lowest initial bid. So we initiated discussions with them, basically making sure that everything was understood. There was no discrepancies. Talk through a couple of nuances within our park system, making sure they fully understood what the bid was. And to our delight, that was everything was understood. At that point, we did some negotiations on the contract with them, and we're able to come to an agreement on a contract for you guys today to review. Skip through some of this. I think the big thing I want to talk about is the cost comparison sheet that I put in your agenda here. What this is broken down by CFD. So we'll take CFD 2004-1 as the example for Delaware and Moon River Parks. Currently, we're paying combined $10,875 annually. The proposal from Excel will be $4,800 a year for those 2 parks, as you go down through CFDs. The bottom line is ultimately not the only thing we're looking at here. We're also looking at our expenditures within each CFD or the general fund area. For the most part, we came in under our current bid that we're current contract we're working on. And this also includes adding Ranch Trooper Regional Sports Park into the contract. We were hoping to come in at a dollar amount that we could afford to include that within the contract instead of having our staff be the ones that are maintaining it. Just for consistency, and that'll free up one of our staff to do other repair work and within our park system as well. So to our delight, it came in under the total bid amount. And that's really adding the soccer park in there, which is alone is $50,000 within this contract. So we proceeded, did reference checks on Excel. Everything came back good. So we've negotiated a contract with Excel, which would be in front of you. We have a 2-year contract proposed with 5 one-year extensions. And there's a cost of living adjustment or CPI adjustment for the 2nd year of the contract, not to exceed 5%. We talked about a longer term contract, and ironically in discussions, the owner of the company, his name is Jose, basically said, we're very reluctant to go for longer term contracts right now in this current economy. Basically, our 2 biggest expenses are personnel and fuel. And, they're comfortable with that they're able to maintain salaries at a competitive rate, but the unknown being fuel. He said, what happens if gas jumps to $6.50 an hour next month? What happened? So staff understands, we're comfortable with that. There'll be a meet and confer for each year after that. If we can come to an agreement, we bring forward an extension. Otherwise, we'd go back out to bid at that point. So there's a lot of moving parts within this agreement. I'm sure if any of you have questions, I can hopefully answer them. If not, get you the answers in a timely manner. But staff is comfortable. The references came back from Excel, very positive. They're based out of Corona. They do have a maintenance yard in the city of Riverside, off Market, north of the 60 freeway. They said they're about 3 miles, I think, from Avalon Park. So they're ready and able to serve us, and this would begin November 1 of 2024. Are there any questions?
So you said it's a 1-year contract, right?
2-year contract.
2-year contract.
2-year contract with a 5% and the maximum of 5% inflator next July.
In those 2 years, are we gonna have to put up a bid again, or do we just
No.
renegotiate?
And then so after the 2 years, we'll sit down or before the end of the 2nd year, we'll sit down and discuss a contract moving forward. And if we can come up to an agreement that the board is satisfied with, we have 5 one-year extensions we can add to it. This was a big process to put together. It's something that these landscape companies want to have some consistency. They want to have some, but the unknown right now, I think we can all understand that. We were able to get basically the same level of service to all of our parks. And really the big discrepancy here is with our CFP parks in the past have had a fertilization program built in for the turf, and we haven't had that in our general fund parks, and now we will have that. So that would be huge asset to our parks. I'm sure some of you are asking some questions, and then again, I'll go back to Delaware and Moon River and try to answer this question. Why is it so much cheaper than before? I don't want to put words in the contractor's mouth, but basically what they said was, we look at this as a whole, and we know what your entire park system is going to cost us and where we need to be at the end. We have rates that we apply by square footages. And the examples for Delaware and Moon River, those are arguably a few of our smallest parks. Applying our regular rate to it, it would have come in even lower than this. So we have to then factor in drive time. They are working on economies of scale. You take a park the size of Vernola, if they can get out there with a low crew of 4 people and run, they can do it pretty efficiently. They can do Delaware and Moon River just as quick. it takes them just as long to show up, just as long to unpack, just as long to pack back up at the end of that park. But they can blow through it in, I don't know, just say 30 minutes versus Renola will take them all day still. So it's not necessarily that they just came in and underbid and we're going to be worried about services. It's how they broke up their bid across the board. But for the most part, everything's consistent. Nothing is going to exceed anything that is already budgeted within our CFDs. And if you guys recall back in May and June, when we were going through our budget process, we had accounted for a fairly significant increase within the general fund because of the unknown. And we had hoped to be able to increase the services to our parks so we can increase how they're presented to the public, and we still come in our operating budget, we come in for the general fund at $240,000 for this fiscal year. And as proposed, we're going to come in at $191,000. So we're still under budget in the general fund as well.
I'm sorry, perhaps up there, but what is the total cost per year, given that we're?
$599, $880.
Is that inclusive of all, maybe, I'm gonna say something, again, I already said, does that include fertilizer?
Yes.
All these things?
All those things are included.
Separate items before, and that will be part of the $599.
Yes.
Colby, this is Bob. The extensions are 2 years each. Is that correct?
1 year each.
Okay, the contract says 2, so we should probably check on
Yeah,
page 20.
that'll be amended after approval.
Very good.
It said Sunset Ridge is gonna actually cost a little bit more.
Sunset Ridge is gonna cost a little bit more. Sunset Ridge is literally a slope. Slopes are very labor intensive. I honestly was still very pleased with the price that came in on Sunset Ridge. It is extremely thick. If you've walked it at all lately, it's long and it's steep. We have rate sheets for them that will apply to parks that come online, that will be able to apply the rates. And by far, slopes is the highest rate, just because it's so labor intensive. There's no lawnmower per se that can go in and take care of a slope. It's all hand work. So, but we're still within, we've accounted for growth within all the CFDs as well. And we're still within our means for Sunset Ridge.
I mean, it wasn't the only one, but it was higher.
No, and some of them fluctuated. It was, Rancho Miraloma went up a little bit here, went from 18,000 to 21,000. But still within our budgets.
What about Clay?
Clay, same thing. It went up, I'm a little blind, I'm sorry.
It's
From
almost
18
10.
to 28.
Yeah, I think they're accounting for Clay. Clay, they, I think, are understanding it's gonna take a lot of work. Clay is one of our older parks, and it's giving us some fits. And I think they're just accounting for the additional work they're gonna have to deal with there. We have a lot of pine trees that drop, that require a lot of blowing and raking and hauling off.
How many employees does this company have?
Excess of 400. Yeah, if from there, I had a copy of their proposal in there. It was excess of 400. They have a number of major contracts that are significantly larger than ours.
Any more questions?
No.
Yep. Does someone want to make a motion?
I move the board of directors approve the landscape maintenance contract with Excel Landscape Inc. for district owned and maintained properties in the amount of $599,880 and authorize the general manager to sign all necessary documents substantial to form.
I'll second
All those in favor?
it.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes 4-0.
I will be brief this evening. I just wanted to share with the board. I think you hopefully saw when you walked in. Diana Mena.
Minute.
Minna, has joined us as our new receptionist here at the district office. Jasmine, who has been with us for a number of years, has accepted a position as the recreation specialist over at Skyview Event Center. And she'll be transitioning over to that spot in the next couple of days here, next week or so. She brings a great experience, already understanding a lot of our recreation classes to that position. She'll be dealing with the instructors on a regular basis. Diana's hit the ground running with us and is doing a great job. So we're excited to have her on. We've also hired our landscape maintenance inspector. Freddie will be starting with us next week, and we hope to get him here at a board meeting to meet everybody soon as well. So one of Freddie's main jobs is going to be dealing with this landscape contract on a daily basis and doing our inspections of facilities, along with, something our maintenance guys do on a regular basis. So we're excited for the growth that's coming here. I hope everybody's able to attend the State of the City this evening. The city, I think, put together a very nice video. President Johnson represented the district well within the video. But the one thing I've noticed from the video so far, we are present across it in many, many areas. Pictures of our parks, activities, the senior center that we jointly operate with the city was well represented. I thought it just represented the district in a very positive light, and we value our partnership with the city. So that was nice to see. Other than that, I said our recreation brochures out, you've all seen, it's going great. And just a quick update for you on the master plan. The statistically valid survey, as you guys are aware, is out. We're about the halfway point on surveys received for where we need to be for that statistically valid number. And they'd already planned for it. There is a postcard reminder going out to everybody that already received the survey. A reminder to please complete it. Excuse me, and that should hopefully get us to that threshold here. We will be sending out a reminder via our email system and social media. And we've also purchased a couple gift cards to JD's Steakhouse. When you take the survey, either on paper or the electronic version, you can add your contact information, which is optional, for a chance to win in the drawing. We really haven't announced what it was yet, but we have two $50 gift cards that we're going to be giving away for both the people that take the statistically valid survey, and then also one the same for the open survey. We anticipate the open survey being able to release to the public in about 10 days is what we're thinking. So we're excited for that. And then our first planning session, our public meeting for the property we acquired on 37th Street will be Saturday, the 28th at 9 a.m. And then the second one will be during the Spooktacular that same evening from 4 to 8 at the Spooktacular at Rancho Hooper Regional Sports Park. So that will conclude my report this evening. Unless you have any questions.
Okay, we'll start on this end. Mr. Cadines, did you have any comments? Mr. Castle?
First, I want to commend staff on the Latin Heritage event. I think it was very well put together. The aesthetics and the program, definitely. I know we're competing with a lot of events that day, but next year we got some bigger turnout. I was definitely pleased with it. Went to the State of the City this past Tuesday, I think. Video. Forward to today's State of the City. Well, that'll be it for me.
Mrs. Byrne?
I guess I too attended the State of the City, and they were so kind in their comments in regards to what we do and how we do it. And yes, again, we were very pleased seeing you on camera there, and it looked very well. So thank you for that. That's all I have to do.
Thank you. What was I going to say? I too visited the Latin Heritage event, and I thought just the whole combination of everything was very well put together, and looking forward to it being even bigger and even better next year. And I've went through the brochure, and I just want to let you know, I had noticed a little bit of an inconsistency with some of our contractors who put on the various programs, like one provides balls, one doesn't. And so I talked to Mr. DeGuid just about reviewing that and seeing if we want to put some rules in place for contractors to offer some of our sports and recreation programs, that there be more of a consistency so that, you know, if I take soccer with this person, I have to provide a ball. If I take soccer with this person, I don't. It was kind of, so I just asked him, you know, there may be a reason for it. Leave it that way, but I just wanted to let you know that I had mentioned that. Looking forward, I was not able to go Tuesday night because I had a procedure that day. But I am looking forward to going tonight to the State of the City. I'm glad you thought I did okay. I am looking forward to seeing myself. But it is what it is. So anyway, looking forward to doing that tonight and seeing everybody and seeing the State of the City, because I heard Tuesday night went really, really well. It was very well done. So I'm sure tonight will be well done as well. And I hear that we're going to get a parting gift from tonight's State of the City. A deck of cards with pictures.
Oh, we had a different one on Tuesday night. Okay.
Yeah. And
Like the FBI's most wanted, they had it.
yeah, the old, no, it's just one. I think all the cards are the same, but there's a couple of old pictures on it, and I was able to provide those to them for that. And many of the old pictures that you see in the video came from me helping them gather those together. So anyway, that being said, it is 8:05:08, and before I forget, any committee reports? No.
I go.
No, but I forgot to do the last couple items. Future committee meetings? No. Agenda items for future board meetings? No. Upcoming meetings, our next two meetings are October 12th and October 26th. And now at 5:09, we can adjourn the meeting. I'm like, oh, there's all those other things. I knew there wasn't anything to do with them, but I still have to go. Yeah, you should-
All right. Well done. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Bob. Enjoy your day.
Have fun at the State of the City tonight.
Woo!
You have fun where you're at.
I'll try.
No. He's on.
Goodbye.
He's on.